welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessie. I do bookish lifestyle and bullet journal content here on YouTube. And today, as you can tell from the title, is my December TBR. The last time I did a TBR was quite a few months ago, maybe for the magical readathon, if that. Also, welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. I'm scared for the rest of the month, but we're just gonna push through and see what we get done. The idea of this is not original by any means. I just haven't seen anybody use the cards I'm going to. I'm gonna try and do like a TBR game for December, and in one of the Owl Crate boxes, we got this deck of cards, and on the deck of cards, it has a bunch of prompts. Normally how the game is actually played is you pull a prompt to name 5. That's the name of the game. I am just going to use them as book prompts. I'm going to shuffle these up and I am just going to pull a card. So let's go with this one. It was kind of sticking out. Books featuring rebellions and uprisings. Okay, I had to go let out my parents' dog, so we didn't get very far. But the first card I pulled was books featuring rebellions and uprisings. For that, I picked out a book before I left, and that was Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I read this when it first came out years ago. When did this come out? 2015. And I fell in love. There are 2 sets of people in this world. We have the silver-blooded, who are the elite and carry powers. Then we have the reds, who are kind of the lowly peasant servant type people. They're mostly the ones drafted into war, so on and so on. There is a rebellion going on in the background of this world. And Mare, who is part of a low red family, something happens and she has to get a job inside the palace. Through some circumstances, she gets put into a pit where ladies are competing with their powers for the prince's hand in marriage. When she gets thrust into the dome, I guess you could kind of call it, she finds out that she also has powers. As a red, that is unheard of. So the royals have to be quick on their feet, and they make this elaborate lie to tell the other elites and the other high up families that Mare has been part of a long lost family and she was hidden because they were all killed. It was so good, and I hope that it's still good when I reread it. Let's do our second. I'm going to put that inside the book. Our second pull. Let's go with, actually, let's kind of go to the front. Books that you have read this year. That doesn't really fit for what I want to do, like the prompt. I've already read the book. Let's switch this one to a series, like the next book in a series that you've started this year. I like that a little bit better, and it kind of fits with one of the books that I want to read. We're going to go with Tessa Hale's 3rd book in her Royals of Kingwood Academy, which is The Queen of Quintessence, I want to say. Okay, yes, Queen of Quintessence. This is a reverse harem novel. We follow our main character, who follows the good old trope of this girl thinking that she's just a regular human, and it turns out she's not, and she has to navigate this new world. In her specific story, they know of the Fae. So once they reach a certain age, because of getting it on with some humans, that you can have half-breeds. So once you reach a certain age as a human in the human world, you go for testing. If you test positive for magical abilities in the 4 elements, then you get kind of taken from the human world and you go to the academy where you learn to control your magic, and you get depending on what affinity you are, that's the kind of specialization you're going to go into. She wants nothing to do with the Fae world, but when she tests, her test positivity is off the charts and she's kind of whisked away into this world and she has to navigate through it. I very much enjoyed the first 2 books and was fairly surprised how much I enjoyed it. So I'm excited to continue on with the story. Pull number 3, I think we're gonna go to 5. And then as the month goes on, we'll go from there. Okay, so pull number 3, let's kind of go here. Books set at schools. I've decided to go with The Rebel of Rayleigh High by Callie Hart. I don't know much about this book, but it looks interesting. It's in a school setting. It looks like we follow a girl named Silver who I think she was sexually assaulted by the football team at her school, and everybody has pretty much said that she's lied about it. So she gets very badly bullied, and then Alex comes along and he doesn't really know any of this until the kind of head of the football team insinuates it, or some of the other guys insinuate it. So he is going to exact revenge and also help this beautiful girl who stands in the shadows. So it sounds really good. So that's what I'm going to read for books set at a school. Card number 4. Let's go with this one. Books inspired by mythology. So there's only one shelf of mythology. I was really hoping for like wintry Christmas books, you know? I'm not gonna choose, I'm gonna put it back and I'm gonna choose something else, because mythology always means like hot places or set in the summer, and I really want like a wintry scape. So I'm gonna give myself the freedom to do that. Okay. Let's go more towards the end again. Fictional couples. Okay. So any romance ever. Okay, I have one. Hold that thought. I have The Chase by Vanessa Fewings. I have no idea what this is about. Obviously, it's a romance. It's the first book in the Icon trilogy. I hope this is the first book. Hold that thought. Okay, it is book 1. That's what I'm going to be reading for fictional couples. And then last but not least, for the time being. Okay. I'm just going to close my eyes this time and just go for it. Books set in another country. Well, that's not hard. I'm in Canada, and most books are set in any country other than Canada, so this won't be hard at all. We're taking it back to 2010, and we're going with Nightshade by Andrea Kramer. I read this, I think in 2011. It was almost, 2011, because it was a year after it came out, and I remember this first book being so good and I never continued. I now own the entire series except for one. And I think it's the yellow one, and I think it's called Rise. I don't know if we eventually, like, if we're still following the same characters or if it kind of branches off into other characters. I have no idea, but it was really good. And the back says, she risked her life to save his, believing she'd never see him again. But he has returned, challenging her destiny as Alpha Wolf, leaving her doubting her past and fearing her future. It still sounds really good. I don't remember everything about reading this, but from what I glean, there are 2 different wolf packs, and our main character and the like dude she's supposed to be coupling with, mating with, are making their own pack. So, but then this random kid comes along and, well, screws that up in a sense. But that's really all I remember from the story. I know that they go through this portal or something like that. But anyways, I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to, again, read a young YA novel that I enjoyed. So hopefully I still enjoy it. But for this one specifically, I want to continue and read the rest of them to see if they're still good. One, but to actually finish the story. So I'm excited. Those are my 5 prompts, my 5 books. Okay, so I thought I was finished this video. I uploaded all the footage, and then G over at Book Roast, she uploaded the Lightfall Old Favor Pass mini readathon update on YouTube. So I thought I would get it all in this video, and again, if a Polar-thon, if she decides to do it again this year, before this video gets uploaded, I'll add that in as like another clip. If not, maybe I'll just make a separate like video or vlog, and we'll go from there. I will leave the Aurelium playlist over at G's channel, Book Roast, down below if you want to follow along and know all the little prompts and stuff. That'll be down below. Otherwise, we're just gonna dive right in. So I've decided to go to 2 different shops just because they interest me the most, which is Wallace's Wonderful Winter Whamminals and Smith and Friends and Sons Arcane Goods and Such. They really came up with some tongue twisters. So there are 3 prompts if you want per shop. I think I'm going to try and aim for all 3, so that'll be 6 books. And I'm going to try and weave in the books that I've already chosen into this TBR, and if not, just have to add some in. The Wallace's Wonderful Winter Whamminals is more fantasy oriented, and then Smith and Friends and Sons Arcane Goods and Such is more so contemporary. So I think most of the books that I have can be kind of put into these, so good for me. Let's just dive right in. We'll do Wallace's Wonderful Winter Whamminals first. This is a pet shop and petting zoo. So the first prompt is to read a fantasy book. I think we're just gonna go with Red Queen for this because it's a fantasy. It is what it is. And then the extra activities, you get 2 extra prompts. So the first one is go on a zoo adventure, read a book with an animal on the cover. I'm gonna go with Nightshade because it does have a wolf on the cover. And then eat a Whamminal Winter Waffles, which is a winter setting. And for this prompt, I'm gonna go with Hannah Witten's For the Wolf. It looks kind of like a snowy setting. We have some snow in the top here, so this is what I'm gonna go with. This book, we follow our main character, who is the second born daughter, I believe, to the rulers. And the first daughter is meant for royalty. This is kind of the tagline. The first daughter is for the throne, the second daughter is for the wolf. Since it plays on Red Riding Hood, the royals of this village or town or wherever feed their second born daughters or children to the wolf to protect their town. But what the royals and the people of the town don't know is like this wolf is actually a man, and he trains the second borns who actually have magical abilities to fight off the evil that threatens the village. In turn, the second borns actually keep the village safe. So I'm really excited to read this. I've gotten a little bit into it and then just something along comes that I really want to read, but I will read this book. It is one of the ones that I want to read before the end of the year, and I'm determined. Then we have Smith and Friends and Sons Arcane Goods and Such. This is more your contemporary, which I'm going to call contemporary / romance place. And the first is to read a contemporary book. I'm actually going to go with The Chase by Vanessa Fewings. And then the extra activities, buy a miniature portal kit, a book set during the holidays. I don't have anything like that on my list yet, so I'll think about that one. And then the second one is buy an enchanted self-writing quill and quick dry ink, and a book published this year. Okay, so a book published this year, I'm going to go with Heist by Tate James. It came out a few days ago. What I know of Heist is that our male main character is set in this game where he's told what he has to steal, and then he has to put it somewhere the people that judge the game verify its authenticity, and then he gets another task of something to steal. So what I know of this book is that our female main character is an artist and he has to steal some painting that she owns or is around or something like that. And obviously they have a romance. That's really all I know about it, but I'm super excited to read it. I love Tate James. She's a phenomenal author and I thoroughly enjoy her books. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Intrigued, The Blackstone Brothers, Jasper, Book 1 by Z.L. Arcade? I don't know how to say the last name, but to me it sounds like it's the holidays because that's what we have here. The first line of this synopsis: I thought I would end the year alone, binge watching my favorite TV shows and eating bonbons while trying to come up for an idea for my next award-winning article. So, end of the year makes me think of New Year's Eve. So, I'm just gonna go with that. It is set during the holidays of some sort. Hopefully, this is the end of this video. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated probably towards the middle or the end of the month. And kind of give you updates and little snippets throughout. And I will catch you guys in my next video, which will be tomorrow for day 2 of Vlogmas. Like this video if you want to continue on this madness of Vlogmas. It's my first year, so it's probably going to be a little hectic. I'm probably going to get a little stressed. But I am really excited. So if you want to follow along on this Vlogmas journey, please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when I upload every single day this month. Or try to upload every single day this month. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.